آه جيبي لي هيك طيب. Does it? Oh, it is live. Assalamu alaikum. Right, this is my first live after a long time. Right, I'll get. Well, assalamu alaikum to all of you, those who are going to join, inshallah. I'd like to start by making dua for our families, our brothers and sisters, children, elders, journalists, medical staff, you name it, in Gaza. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them divine strength, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfill His promise for them. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Those who have joined, can you see me all right? Because this is, as I said, the first live in a long time. And let's see. Okay, Bismillah. Right, now I can see. Okay, so inshallah I'll start with the questions. Some of the questions I got. Can I ask you for the questions, please? About the Maqaamat? Yes, where's my phone? All right. The first question. Are you okay? Can you see me clearly? All right. Says, how can you incorporate maqams into Quran recitation without affecting the Quran? Wow, amazing question. Well, number one, you really need to begin by learning the rules of tajweed. Find a teacher, find something good online. Once you know the basic rules of tajweed, I'm talking like the rules of the lam in the word Allah, for example, the rules of the letter Ra, the rules of the nun sakin, tanween, those who have studied tajweed know what I'm talking about. So when you're at a level where you can read correctly, especially lahm jali, clear error like fatha dhamma, right? Then at that stage, you can look into learning maqamat. However, can I give you an advice for while you're learning Quran, you can still accomplish maqamat? Yes, I can. While you are learning Quran, try to listen to as many anashid as you can, right? Because these anashid give you, without you realizing subconsciously, you'll be just registering things in the back of your head. It happens to me all the time. And obviously we don't intend to do it. So get your tajweed right first, and then listen to nasheed. Get your ear familiar with tunes and melodies, etc. I hope this answers the question. Okay, now is it better to stick to one maqam when you first learn? Absolutely yes. Find a maqam, for example, maqam al-rast. Famous qurra, the qurra of Haram in Medina and Mecca, they read on rast. For example, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. صدق الله العظيم. So it's really important. Once you get one maqam, get that maqam right, and then you can move into another maqam. And a very higher level is when you get to mix the maqamat together. I'll give you an example, even though it's not from the questions here. Bismillah. I would like to go, for example, I won't do it in Quran, because let's just focus on nasheed. I'm going to do Mawlaya Salli wa Sallim Da'iman Abadan. This is, we call it tafrida, like when you go solo on your own, you improvise. So I'll do Nahawan. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا. So I did Nahwan, Rast and Ajam, and I hope it was smooth and easy, because let me give you a tip. When I was a beginner, still am, I would try to force the Maqaamat just to kind of flex muscles, may Allah forgive us. And my teacher would tell me, like Sheikh Tirmidhi, Hafidhullah Ta'ala, he'd say, just get that maqam. He'd say, sultan the maqam. Sultan is what? Sultan, authority. So he'd say, get that maqam you are on, let people really enjoy it, you enjoy it yourself, and then go into another maqam. Right. I had another question here. What is it? Yes, Jazakumullah khair. That's a very good note. With the first question, Maqaamat, if you are at that level, it must not affect the rules of tajweed. For example, I want to say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So the mad, the mudud here, Alhamdulillahi, 2 beats, Rabbil A, 2 beats, Lameen, 2 beats, right? Now, it's haram for me to recite it the following way. Astaghfirullah, I feel bad, but just to demonstrate. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Astaghfirullah, may Allah forgive me. Why? Because I pulled lillah. I like to look at my family's audience at least, right? And then I pulled the so I'm following my hawa, my desire. Oh, I feel like it. When I did Mawlaya Salli wa Sallim, oh, I could improvise. Mawlaya. I could pull, right? That's not Quran. But when Quran, you need to, I'm not talking about now, this is something according to what we feel. No, it is وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا in Surah Al-Muzammil. Recited the way it should be recited. There's tartil and there are rules for tartil. Barakallahu feekum. We good? Alhamdulillah. So is it better to stick to one maqam as a beginner? Absolutely. And don't force maqams. It's, you want to show your skills, but it backfires. Ask me, I did it many times. So stick to one maqam and get really good in it. All right. There's actually a saying in a Russian saying. They say, when you chase 2 rabbits, you catch neither. Focus on one thing at a time. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Is there a base maqam you can take as a base to all maqams? Good question. Some scholars, I remember my Sheikh Tirmidhi saying that al-maqam al-rast is the base of all maqamat, like the king of all maqamat. And it's a very powerful maqam, so I could say al-rast, as I mentioned earlier. Add to it a very important maqam. Anybody wants to guess? Start with ba? Bayati, yes. If you notice, listen to all the qurra, yani in general, Sheikh Abdul Basit, rahimahullah ta'ala, Sheikh Minshawi, rahimahullah ta'ala, all the mashayikh, when they start their qira'ah, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. And from Bayati, they go into other maqamat, like it's easy to do Shuri, which is Hijaz, and Bayati, it's easy to do Rast from the soul. I can demonstrate later, I mean in different sessions, but today I'm just getting your questions and getting also feedback from you on what kind of content you'd like to have. Because guess what? I am so pleasantly surprised that the Kurd clip that I recorded, the first clip on the channel, It's the most viewed, which means you guys like the Maqaamat and Kurd in particular. Allah, 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 Allah. Okay, I need to get my phone because I'm not able to see the questions here. Please. Oh, here it is. If you can get it for me so I can read the questions. Allah, 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 Allah. There's a beautiful nasheed I'm going to record, inshallah. Sheikh Abul Jood, a legend of our time. فتاح يا فتاح فتاح يا فتاح الفجر نور لاح rather الفجر نور لاح فتاح يا فتاح يا فتاح فتاح يا فتاح. See how beautiful the Kurd Surah Al-Haqqa. I recited it on Kurd on the channel. Questions? I'm sorry. Okay, so base maqam, I recommend Bayati. Love Bayati. Because Kurd also comes easily from it, and Rast. They are really, really easy, and there are many Qurra who read on those maqamat. Rast and Bayati. Next question. When you are learning a maqam, is it better to stick to one reciter? Allahu Akbar. I love your questions, guys. MashaAllah. Absolutely. Let me give you a personal experience. And maybe I have some of the viewers who are from my friends and family, so they will tell you if, they will remember those moments. When I was growing up, maybe 5, 6 years old, and I had just started learning the Quran, I was fortunate enough that one of my teachers gave me a collection of cassettes back then. I'm talking, I don't know, I'll give you my age. 46, you work it out. So it had Sheikh Al-Husari, entire Quran. And ya Allah, I fell in love with that collection, that I'll play it day and night. So much so that when I would read as a child, I'd be copying Sheikh Al-Husari, rahimahullah ta'ala. So yes, stick to one qari, and a qari that you really feel serenity with. Right? You can't find it? I'm sorry. If you can read it from yours and give it to me, I'd appreciate it. It's my first live, so they'll understand, inshallah. I personally, let me give you some secrets of whom I listen to. Wouldn't you want to know? I'm sure you'd want to know.
Is it better to learn Maqaamat direct face to face with the teacher?
Thank you. Jazakallah khair, Ma'alima. Is it better to, just remind me of the sheikhs so I don't forget. Is it better to learn Maqaamat directly? Absolutely, I personally feel. I mean, if it's not in person, at least you have access to the mentor or to the instructor, to the teacher, whatever you want to call him or her. And then they need to listen to you. They need to give you direct advice. Let me share with you this story. I haven't shared it before. I was in year 8 and so excited about Nasheed, and my mother, Allah yarhamha, rahimahullah ta'ala, Allah have mercy on her. I said to her, can you please talk to Sheikh Tirmidhi's wife, wasila, like shafa'a, like intercession. Maybe he can take me as a student. And alhamdulillah, because she was a personal friend, she spoke to her. And I could not wait. Sheikh Tirmidhi back then, it still is. You're talking about a mountain of nasheed. He wrote a book. You know what the book is called? That's like 10 years ago or more. نصف قرن من الإنشاد. Half a century of inshad. He's been a munshid for decades, right? So I went there. Now, the awe of the Sheikh. He received me, was very kind to me. Ahmed, assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. So I want to learn Maqaamat. Yes, I want to learn Maqaamat. The Sheikh wrote, wallahi al-azim, the 7 Maqaamat on a piece of paper, small piece of paper. He put, صُنِعَ بِسَحَرٍ صَادِ الصَّبَا هَيَّمُونِي تَيَّمُونِي, giving me examples of a nasheed for each maqam, like a key to each maqam. نهوًا طالما أشكو غرامي. I took that note. Allah is my witness. I stayed up all night rehearsing my voice. Gone. Next day, I rang Sheikh Tirmidhi, Hafidhullah Ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Alaikum salam. I'm ready. He said, ready for what? I said, I'm ready to be tested. He said, on what? I said, on the 7 maqamat. He said, what? People learn maqamat like it takes them a long time. Some people spend weeks, months. What are you talking about? I said, please, Sheikh, give me just a chance. Let me come. Let me visit you. So I went. Year 8 I'm talking, right? Bismillah. I go there. And he says, okay, Saad, Sabah. Oh, he tell me, Saad, what's Saad for? I said, Sabah. Give me a Sabah. I said, هيموني تيموني عن سواهم أشغلوني. MashaAllah, good. Nahawan, what's the noon for Nahawan? Okay. See the key? طالما أشكو غرامي يا نور الوجود وأنادي يا تهامي يا معدن الجود. عين عجم. الله 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 Allah. I like that. He said, this is the only student who learned the 7 maqamat in one night. Alhamdulillah. I think I had all this, credit before going to him, listening and listening and listening. So it was just easy to learn them. But the key was, why was it easy? Because he gave me examples. This maqam, this nasheed.
Same as you did with me.
Same I did with my wife, absolutely. Whoever I teach, those, I'm sure some of you who are listening have been, alhamdulillah, I've been able to share some of this knowledge with them. So this is a key. And inshallah, later on, there is a word I learned recently from my teacher, Sheikh Mahmoud Tirmidhi, called ghammaz. Ghammaz, right? What do you call it, dimple?
Dimple.
So apparently every maqam has a ghammaz. So if I say Nahawan, so that made it easy for me. Now, going back to that, to whom do I listen to? My number one, in terms of course, shuyukh, I'm talking tartil, I'm not talking about mujawwad, Sheikh Muhammad Ayyub, rahimahullah ta'ala. Number one for me. And then Sheikh, his colleague and his, also they learned from the same Sheikh, Sheikh Muhammad Khalil Qari, rahimahullah ta'ala, passed on recently. Sheikh Muhammad Imran in terms of mujawwad, because I love the makharij as well. When you listen, believe me, you're doing yourself a great favor, because without realizing, you're really, really equipping yourself with new things. All right, more questions?
When you were talking about bayati and rust,
Yes.
question is, are they easy to cross from?
Not rust and bayati. You
Is that
need
why
to
the
be,
qari start with?
yes, you need to be kind of, I would say, trained to do this. Let me give you an example. I'll start with bayati. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم. I'm going to do rust. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. بياتي صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. So you need to know, if I'm doing bayati, I'm doing it on re, by the way, the octave. Rust, if I'm doing it from re, it has to come from sol. So unless you have the knowledge of where to get it from, it's going to be really, really hard. There's something, I don't want to confuse you, but it's called tasweer. Tasweer is when you copy a maqam on a particular degree or a particular like say Nahawan is supposed to be on do, you make Nahawan from soul. So you're making a copy of Nahawan.
Copy
Okay? Right. Any more
Okay.
questions?
No, but there are two of your students. I think you should acknowledge them.
Who are they, please?
Mr. Ghazali, it's me, Arham.
Salaam alaikum, Arham. Good to see you.
Then, Mr. Ghazali, it's Sadiq from your class year 4. Do you remember me, Sadiq?
Yes, of course I do. How are you, Sadiq? We're gonna have some sessions for Quran, inshallah. Barakallah feekum. All right. Should you master your recitation before learning Maqaamat? It's just a must, as we said before. It's really, I'm afraid Allah would not be happy with you if you focus on Maqaamat and forget the Quran, because you may be falling into haram. How? Into wrong things, because you'll be reciting the Quran in a different way other than what it should be recited. Okay? Barakallah feekum. Thank you so much. And inshallah, I'm going to be recording short clips with different maqamat, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.